Welcome back everybody to another speed build. Today we are on episode 18 and we are building another family home. This is actually the last house in the, kind of mansion house row basically. Not really mansions, but like bigger houses that are kind of all in in a style that is kind of the same. Today's house is made out of brick, which is something I think I haven't done. Or I think I did, like with one of the community lots in the main town center. But anyways, I haven't done it for like a private property. And yeah, as you can see, this one is made out of brick. And I use the roof shape, which I use on almost all of my houses. And I absolutely love this roof shape. I don't know what it is, but if I see like a house in real life that has this kind of roof shape, I imagine my whole life in it and I absolutely love it. I have no idea what it is, but like I said, I just love it. So I decided to go for this roof again. And this house also has like a modern extension. For the extension I went with I think I used this in the house like 2 houses like further to the left from this house. If you look from this side, 2 to the left. I went for the same, kind of asphalt look as I did on the walls of this extension. And this extension is actually kind of special, like in comparison to like the other one, because this one is 2 floors, and I'm not going to put like a floor in the middle of it to separate the first floor and the second floor. So it's like it has like a high ceiling, that room, which is going to be the living room later on. And yeah, I obviously went for there are like 2 choices for woods, which I'm going to use in most of my builds, and for like wooden floors. And obviously I went with one of them again, except for like the attic. But yeah, I'm really satisfied with how this house turned out, at least for the most part. It has some modern elements, it has some more classic elements to it. And I also went for a kind of unusual order for like myself when furnishing this house, because I actually did like not a lot, but some of the landscaping outside before I finished the entire inside of the house, which is something I usually don't do. And I also went for there's like a little spa area, like a bigger bathroom basically, with like a sauna in this house, just like in the house right next to this, like the first house that I built from this row. And I finished that one first, which is something I usually don't do. I also was having some trouble with the floor plan. I'm deciding later on I'm changing so much of the floor plan. Like not so much. I'm just adding a few more walls because this house has the usual problem of way too large rooms and I don't know how to furnish them, which actually leads me to something I want to talk about, which is how much I despise furnishing master bedrooms. I don't know what it is. I usually like furnishing bedrooms, especially like kids' bedrooms or something, but I was having such a hard time furnishing this house's master bedroom, and I think they're usually like the ugliest rooms in the house, because I feel like for master bedrooms, like in real life, the blankets and the pillows and cushions and everything, they make such a big difference, and they make everything look and feel so cozy. And because in this game there is like one pre-made, not one, I have like 7 different ones, and I also have like some CC that looks like a more voluminous cushion basically. I do have that stuff, but I don't really like using it. But I feel like because of that, the beds always look so bad, and there isn't like a lot of stuff you can decorate master bedrooms with. Moving on, this is very interesting, I'm aware. Of course, I had to use my new windows again with a separate trim that you have to put around everything. But I think it just looks so good. And I also used them in like it's not really black, it's more like a dark gray, which I think makes the house look a lot more modern. And I wanted to use them because this color because I used it on the modern extension, and also I think I had a reference picture. Yeah, here you can see me like putting in the sauna, had some trouble picking out the wooden floors and also the wooden panels on the wall. And also I think I cut it out, but I did paint the ceiling in a in like wooden panels as well. But I think I cut that out because it was so hard because the room was so small and I couldn't see the ceiling, and it was so much work. No, but it was kind of hard to do that. Yeah, I cut that out. But I did paint the ceiling in... I put panels on the ceiling as well. And also I painted the colors. I painted the doors. Not in a white color, but like in a sort of beigey tone. This house in general, you'll see that later on, but this house in general has so much patterns in it for some reason, which could be kind of a lot, especially when you see like, which I'm adding like kind of in the end, when you see which flooring I put into the hallway, like the upstairs, and the downstairs as well. I put some flooring in which is patterned as well, which kind of could be like too much, but anyways. Yeah, here you can see me like adding the driveway, is that what it's called? Kind of early on, which is something I usually don't do, but I wanted to see like what the house looks like finished from the outside to decide if I actually like it or not, but I think I really like it. And I also put some wildflowers in front of the house as well, which I did on the right there as well, like on the lot on the right. Oh, and at some point I'm going to build on the lot on the right to this house, because I'm not really building something, I'm just adding like street lamps because I forgot to add them there. And I also forgot to add them there in the last two speed builds, I think. But I'm not sure if I wanted to add them there because that's like beach houses, like country beach house, holiday homes, whatever. And I'm not sure if I want like the street lamps there. But I really wanted them on this lot and the lot next to it, so I'm going to add that at some point. Just don't be confused why I'm like working on another lot all of a sudden. But I wanted to include it in a video just like for completion reasons. Yeah, there you could see that. Anyways, I also got really obsessed with these lamps recently. I used them in my last build, I think. And I want to use them on all my builds from the outside now. Yeah, because I really like them. Of course, I added a letterbox. Now that I have these custom letterboxes, I really dislike how the default one looks. I think it looks so bad. Or like I'm too used to it. Like if you see something all the time, you get kind of sick of it. And that's what happened with that one. Yeah, then I'm starting with the spa area. Oh, is it called even spa area? I don't know. Oh god, it's 8 minutes in and I haven't even started finishing. This is kind of a long build. Anyways, well, it's probably not 8 minutes in because I'm going to change the pace of this video later on. Anyways, yeah. For the spa area, I went for a green-ish, like beigey green wall color. And some wooden tones in there as well. I also put like a bathtub. Oh, I put a shower as well. I feel like I've used like a lot of golden appliances in a lot of my builds, which is something I think I said this before. I mentioned this in like some earlier build. Anyways, what was I going to say? I really like how these look currently. I think in my last build I did silver instead of gold, but I'm not entirely sure. In some build in the past I did silver instead of gold, which I also really like. But for this house I went for gold again. And I also got these new CC tulips, I think they are. And I really like them. In general, I got some new CC. Obviously, I have to get like new CC every 3 builds. But it's like, if I'm not going to get a lot of new CC, I feel like I'm using the same stuff over and over again. I mean, I'm doing that anyways, but it would be so much worse if I didn't get new stuff here and there. Yeah, I also put like a laundry room in here and a little bathroom, like a guest bathroom, like a toilet and a sink in the other room in the back later on. And you can tell how used I am to this game because I got so excited that I got a new pile of towels. You can see that there's like the smaller tile with texture on it. I got that new. And I was really excited to use it because I kept using the other one. I mean, I could have changed the texture of that one, but anyways. Oh, I think I mentioned that the master bedroom is my least favorite room to furnish, as of right now at least. So I could also talk about the room which I like to furnish the most. I feel like I kind of have a love-hate relationship with kitchens, which is kind of fitting because I'm doing the kitchen right now. I kind of like experimenting a little bit with kitchens, which with like I think I was supposed to... No, never mind. Because I think there's like some options, but like the kitchens which I prefer the most are like these kitchens, like the countertop that I'm using right here. I think I'm using that in a lot of my builds. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, but it usually doesn't work. But which one do I prefer the most? I like small bathrooms. For some reason, I don't like furnishing like bigger bathrooms, but small bathrooms are always fun. And kids' room. I think kids' rooms are my favorite. That's probably why I built such large houses with like 5 kids' rooms in there. But in this house, actually, I decided to turn one of the like intended... it wasn't like an intended kids' room. I just did like an additional bedroom upstairs, and I decided to turn this into a guest room, which was kind of a struggle because a guest room is basically another... Well, it doesn't have to be. But for this house, I kind of went for another master bedroom with like a king-size bed and stuff. Yeah, but what was I going to say? That I like furnishing kids' rooms the most. And yeah, I feel like there's a lot of my kids' rooms probably look like the same. There's also like the differentiation between toddler rooms or nurseries and like kids' rooms or like teenagers' rooms. But I feel like I like furnishing and decorating toddler rooms the most, because then you can put a lot of toys there and the rooms look a lot more full. But anyways, I also really dislike, now that I'm seeing this, I really dislike doing living rooms for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if the couches are the problem. I don't think they are, because I have like such great CC couches and also like TVs. I don't know what the problem is. I feel like a lot of times my vision isn't really working out the way I intended it to in these rooms. So yeah, maybe that's the issue. But as you can see here, I'm putting a little dining area. What I really like about these windows is that a lot of the curtains actually fit there. Like they fit onto these window frames. Oh yeah, I'm putting in like some cabinets right now, but I'm going to delete them at some point as well. Because like I had this issue before in a previous build, but as you can see, the light kind of throws weird shadows, and like the cabinet on the right looks so much darker than the two on the left, and even the two on the left don't even look like they're the same color. And I experimented a little bit around with certain light fixtures, but none of these really worked. Yeah, so I'm going to change the entire, not the entire, but the what's it called? I literally just said it. Like the dining area, I changed that up later on. Then for this kids room, I put in this sign which I used on some community lot. I don't remember which one. I need to get like new CC signs. I should probably note that down at some point. Because otherwise I'm going to keep reusing the same ones. But I used this because I had a reference picture with like a, what is this even called? Like a light fixture sign in a kids room, and I thought it looked really nice. And I still think it looks nice in this one. And this is actually a toddler room. Well, it could be like a nursery as well. Because I didn't put in like there are like 4-3 conversion beds actually, but I put in like a bed it looks more like it's a baby bed. But anyways, and I put in this new pattern which I absolutely love, which I put in my last bit, I think, on the walls as a wallpaper. Then I also used this cute little elk lamp. It's a lamp actually. Yeah. It's kind of weird to have like these wooden panels only in one room of the house, but like realistically. But anyways, also this, what is it called? Changing table is going to be placed later, because when I'm doing the room to the right on this, of this room, I noticed that there was like actually a matching changing table to the closet, which I put in this room, or like the little wardrobe. Yeah. Oh, then I feel like at some point in my builds, there's always like a moment where I remember that I wanted to put music boxes everywhere. And then I did that. Oh, this is like also a nursery type room. It could also be like a toddler room as well. But I also put like a bed with like a frame around it. They're not like these toddler beds that are like not as high, I don't know, not as safe basically. Well, like the toddler can escape. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, that is the changing table I realized, and I changed them for the other one. I really like how this room turned. I like how both of these rooms turned out actually. I feel like usually I'm really satisfied with the way the kids or toddler rooms look in the end. Yeah, as I said earlier on, I'm usually the most dissatisfied with the master bedrooms and the living room usually. But that's okay. As I said in earlier builds, I won't let my perfectionism be the, what did I call it? Be in the way of progress or something. Don't let perfectionism be the of progress. Something like that. Yeah. Also, I feel like because when I'm building, the seasons are always on like the default setting, which is summer, I think. I'm usually in kind of a summery mood to build. Actually, in real life, I absolutely love the change of seasons. Oh, I wanted to talk about the seasons as well. I couldn't live in a place where there's no real change of seasons, because I love it when the seasons change. Like right now, where I live, it's winter, and it's going to turn spring soon. At least I hope it is. I mean, I love winter. I like to go skiing and stuff. I haven't been skiing once this winter because it wasn't cold enough, except for like one time where I wasn't available to go skiing. But anyways, where was I going with this? I love the changes of seasons, and I feel like I should probably change the settings of the seasons to build some more, especially for like cottages and stuff. I mean, like not for the summer houses on the beach. I think summer is the right setting for those. But I should build like some cottages in the mountains or stuff. And I could totally change the seasons for that. Also like for like a wintry. Originally I was planning on doing some wintry builds, but then I didn't really have the time to do that, and I kind of missed my chance there. Yeah, but as I was saying, in real life, I absolutely love the changes of seasons, and I'm so excited for spring. I don't have any special plans for spring or anything, but just like in general, I feel like it's always so exciting. Like at the end of winter, like in the beginning of winter. No, we're going to start at the end of winter, because that's not really, but I feel like when a new year starts, I'm already excited for spring. Like I'm sick of winter. I don't want it to be as dark anymore, and I'm so excited for spring. But then in spring, I'm really excited for summer. But then when it is summer, it is way too hot, and I'm already excited for. I'm also loving it in the moment usually, but I'm also really excited for fall. I think autumn is my favorite season, actually, or like early fall, or when everything's golden and stuff. I love that. Anyways, but then fall, I'm also excited for winter. Yeah, so I really love having these seasons, and they also inspire me to do different builds. I have no idea why I even mentioned this topic, but anyways, here we go. Yeah, for the upstairs bathroom, I went for this checked pattern on the floor and on the walls. But I kind of like it. I mean, it is a lot. Don't get me wrong. I know it is a lot, and I'm also going to, which is something I haven't done in any of my builds actually, I think, on this channel, which it's something I usually do, but I usually pick like one bathroom style basically and do it for all the bathrooms in the entire house. I also like having like individual bathrooms, but yeah, for this house again, I did that, like not the spa area downstairs, but for the slightly bigger bathroom downstairs, I also used this check pattern and the same furniture basically, or like the same appliances. Yeah, but as I said, like not the spa area downstairs. Also, for now, this bathroom is only connected to one room, but I'm going to change it into a Jack and Jill bathroom later on, like soon, because it just made so much more sense to have these kids share like a bathroom. And yeah, I also really like how this room turned out actually. I went for a blue theme, kind of. Yeah, it's very blue, has some green elements to it as well. It's kind of a pale room. Also, like, seeing it now, it looks like the wall is in a different color than the desk and stuff, but it actually isn't. Like, I used the same color. But yeah, here you can see me adding the door, which made kind of the, how hamper. Is it called a hamper situation? A little bit more difficult, but I managed it at some point. Yeah, again, I used the same blue color on the bed as well, but it looks different than on the wall. But anyways, I think this room is so cute. I don't know. I really like the little desk area. And also there's going to be like a little gaming area later on as well. And I rarely add any like bigger house plants into rooms because they usually kind of kill the aesthetic. I always add like some sort of flowers, but I don't do bigger plants as much. But I felt like because I used green elements in this room, it would be kind of fitting to do so with a plant. And I also found this little bear clock. I've never used this before. I've never seen it before, but I think it's really cute. Of course, I had to add like a speaker, like a little loudspeaker. I experimented a little bit with the colors, but I didn't. Yeah, and then we go to my least favorite room, which is the master bedroom. Honestly, I'm not satisfied with this room, but I don't want to say I could be bothered because I tried some stuff. Like, I cut that one out, but I tried some like variants of this room with like different colors and stuff, but I was never really satisfied. It's okay, it's alright, but yeah, I know it's not the most pretty room. Also, when I put like the closet in there, which you aren't seeing right now, but you saw earlier on, I do realize that I put the same closet in one of the upstairs kids' rooms, so I decided to Google some more CC, which I could download, which is like bigger wardrobes and stuff, which you are going to see later on, because I put some in this house as well. Then I really like this flooring which I put here. I also got this new, and the paintings downstairs as well. And also got some new rugs. I just love CC shopping, honestly. This is one of the new wardrobes. It has weird color thingies on the, like, it's not really a drawer, but like the panel that is like the panel on, which is the nearest to the floor. Anyways, so this pattern on the floor does add a lot, especially right here, like on the upstairs because of the bathroom. Oh, well, I put the same stuff in the bathroom later on. Downstairs as well. But anyways, it is a lot of patterns, I'm aware of that, but I really like how this house turned out, actually. Like, I'm really satisfied with most of it, if we are not taking the master bedroom into consideration, which we are not right now. But I would like, as I said, I really like the flooring in the hallway. There isn't like a lot of stuff there because obviously I committed to the same mistake and built the hallways way too large. Yeah, then I just copy-pasted all of the stuff from the upstairs bathroom to the downstairs one. But the downstairs bathroom actually has windows, the upstairs one doesn't. Downstairs, I mean like the first floor, second floor. I don't remember how I decided to name these. I add a mirror. Wow, that adds so much decoration to this. But I still really like how it looks. Yeah, then for the last upstairs bedroom, I went for a guest room, which is basically just like a king-size bed. It gets a desk later on as well, like some drawers, and a nightstand, I think. It's not the most fancy room. I could have also done like an office in here, probably. Would have been better, probably. Also, with this chandelier, I don't know if it's like culturally okay to put that in your house. But I really like the look of it, and there aren't like any symbols on there or anything. Then I added this wardrobe instead of the bigger ones, some more lights, and also I remembered the own rule I set myself like at some point, that I want like an instrument in every house, because I don't remember this rule every time, but I remembered it here, and I put in a little piano. I need to get like more versatile with the stuff that I put in houses, because it's usually a piano. I feel like in this row of houses, it's like a piano in every house. Is it in the one on the far left? Anyways, I think I'm done with the inside of the house, and on the backyard patio, I'm going to put like some seating, a grill, and like some seating to eat, and like some lounge chairs as well. I'm also going to add like a little jacuzzi later on in the backyard. I'm also putting in some decorative plants and also like some seating. I could have added like some children's toys, but I didn't. But it would be really easy to like just place down some swings or yeah, just any sort of children's toys in the backyard. I don't know if these even classify as toys. I think toys is probably the wrong term for this. Yeah, I also added some more lights in the backyard as well. And I also added this seating, and I added some decorative rocks. I also really wanted to get some new decorative CC rocks, but that didn't end up working out in the end because I couldn't find any that were pretty enough. Yeah, you can see the little jacuzzi area with some light fixtures. Is that what it's called? And some more decorative plants. And then I'm going to make some last minute changes because I remembered to put in a potty chair upstairs in the upstairs bathroom, because there are like toddlers in this room, like either babies or toddlers in this house. I also changed the color of the oven, I think. And the last minute change is that I'm going to change the flooring downstairs because I just wasn't fully satisfied with how it looked.